Hello, beautiful people. Okay, so today's live is super important to me because this is something that I believe will help transform you, transform your perspective, and literally start to transform your family. But if you are new here, if this is your first time hearing about the Unprofessional Mom or me, Denise Boyd, I call myself the Unprofessional Mom because I don't do things the way I see culture doing things as far as being a mom. I do not put my kids first. Now, I'm going to get a lot of flack from that, but I do not. I put me first because if I don't put me first, how can I truly show up for my kids? This is something I truly believe in, and that's me. Now, if you don't believe in that, that's totally okay because there's some things that you'll be able to take from what I have to share. And it's so funny because today is all about control. And when I say control, I do not mean control over other people, especially your kids, because so much stuff has happened today where I have lost control. I have one of them in the background. If you hear her, you know that's okay. This is life. This is like real live action. And there's nothing um, to hide because sometimes you guys are just going to pick up on this. You're going to see that this is real life for me. So today, a whole lot of stuff happened. By the way, I have kids ranging from ages 5 to 20, almost 21, right? Crazy. But here's the deal, you guys. Just check and make sure no one else come on here. I realized that I thought that I had to have control, especially of my kids, because I felt like when they go out, that they actually, what's what I'm looking for? They represent me, but in actuality, they don't. They represent themselves. However, when they're younger, they kind of do represent us because they pretty much show what they get from us at home. So that is kind of important. But the thing is, if I show the right thing, then my kids will, for the most part, display the right things. Now, here's the thing though, when they get older, we are not responsible for what they do. We cannot control them, just like no one else can control us. So what do? We have to take control of ourselves, of our thoughts. And later this week, I have something for you all. I'm working on affirmations for moms. I actually have it ready. I just have to get a few more things in place because these affirmations will actually help us take control back of our lives and not just let anyone else or anything else have that control over us. So here is one of the biggest things for you to think about. I think I got this from Dr. Shafali. And like if your kid does something, for example, one of my 5-year old, by the way, she would like take a juice pouch and pour it into a cup. And that kind of, irks me a bit. I'm not gonna lie. Well, it used to irk me a lot, but now it's like I'm not sure why she's doing it, but hey, just go for it. And sometimes you have to ask yourself, well, why does this bother me? Like, is she hurting herself? Is she hurting me? Am I just gonna have to clean up afterwards? But I'm at the point now where instead of me worrying about that, I would just say, you have to clean up whatever you mess up, because she's old enough to do that. And I'm so excited, you guys. Like, it's just something about age 5. It seems like life has gotten a little bit easier now that the youngest one is 5 because like my last three were very close together. So the first, let's see, the 20-year old was I think 11 when the 9-year old was born, and the 9-year old was 2.5, I believe, when the 6-year old was born, and the 6-year old was 1.5 when the 5-year old was born. So they're close, and so in my house, I have different dynamics. I see motherhood, parenting, and actually being a wife from several different perspectives because I was a single mom. Now I am a mom of an adult and a mom of little kids, which almost sounds crazy, right? But in this kind of life, we have to make sure that we are not trying to, like an old boss who's kind of like a mentor would say, don't major in the minors. Like, am I making a huge deal over something so small that I'm actually losing control of myself? Now, with my kids, when things happen, I have to take a step back, and you can do this too. Take a step back. If something happens, or if your kids do something, or if someone else, someone at your job, your spouse, whoever, if they do something that bothers you, stop for a minute. I tell my 9-year old whenever she gets angry or feels some kind of way or not like herself, I tell her to stop and think. And I tell her that because if you actually take the time to stop and think, then you can kind of work through your emotions. Because otherwise, your emotions are going to take over and they will have control. So it's like, who do you want to be in control? Do you want you to be in control, or do you want your emotions to be in control? And this actually is so closely knitted to the relational wellness. Now, for me, having wellness in that area in your relationships first with yourself is so important. And what I've learned is that my relationship with myself and my kids have grown stronger now that I have released that kind of control. Now that I have released majoring in the minors, now that I actually hold me accountable. Like when I hold me accountable, guess what happened when I started holding myself accountable? Life just started to level up. Motherhood started to level up. Life as a wife started to level up. Just everything started to level up for me. So it's like, wow, I really could have done this a long time ago. But here's the deal: when you don't know, you don't know. So, what I'm trying to do here is help you all kind of get over some things that I had to get over quicker, and to help you actually make your life a whole lot better than what it has been, or make it better than anything you could have ever imagined. Because life can be good. Like so much stuff has happened today. It's just like stuff after stuff. The kids went to vacation Bible school. My daughter threw the 20-year-olds threw up. The kids were kind of going crazy all day. It's just like so much stuff, but I don't have control over that. The only person that I can completely control is me. And when I gain control over my emotions, then I truly have control over me. Now, here's another example. My 6-year-old, when she gets upset or doesn't have her way, she would kind of have a tantrum. And when kids have tantrums, what people don't realize is that they're allowing their emotions to take control. So I talk to her. And then my daughter, when she has tantrums, she hurts herself. And I was like, baby, you just let that anger just hurt you. And literally, that's what happens when we let anger take control, or jealousy or anything like that. What happens is we allow that to hurt us. And it's not like we can't stop it, because we can. We just have to sit back, take a moment, breathe in, and say, okay, I feel this emotion. What do I need to do with this? Because emotions are not necessarily bad, and they're not necessarily good. They're just emotions. It is what we do with them that could either actually serve us, or be a disservice to us. It could actually serve us and our family, or be a disservice to us and our family. It can actually serve us in our jobs, or it can be a disservice to us in our jobs, etc. So on and so forth. So I really want you all to think about how you can actually go through your days, and first off, be aware of those emotions that you're going through. Because once you can be aware of those emotions, then you can take control of them. You can stop and think and decide how you want to work through it. Because it's literally all about working through those emotions. Because if we're honest, so of course, I was a high school teacher, and a lot of the students, they have no clue about how to work through situations like that. They just fight through them, they fuss through them, they argue through them. And it's because they haven't been taught how to do it. And it's funny, like, why doesn't school teach you how to work through your emotions? Because I believe that that could really help keep down a lot of the fights, the bullying, etc. If we all actually was able to if we were all able to learn how to control our emotions. Emotional intelligence is one of the best things you can do. So after hearing me today, think about researching more about emotional intelligence. And of course, I'm going to bring some more, because when you can have a good emotional relationship with yourself, then it's going to show up in your family. It's going to show up with your kids. It's going to show up with your spouse. It's going to show up with your job, your business, whatever it is that you do, and whatever is important to you. So, look, I thank you all so much for watching. Whether you're watching this live or via the replay, please let me know any kind of questions or tips you want to add, or anything like that you want to add. Let me know, because I do respond to these, because you all really are my heart. Mamas are my heart, because I have been there. I have been where a lot of other moms have. And even if I haven't been there, I can totally empathize with you, because this thing called motherhood is not easy at all. And if I'm making it look easy, I'm sorry, because I'm not trying to do that by any means. However, this is something that's hard, and I'm here to help lighten your load via this content as much as possible. And like I said before, I have a treat coming for you all. Actually, two treats. So I'm going to have the affirmations. I have 20 of the best affirmations that I use for moms, and I'm going to actually go through that with you all probably sometime next week when I go live next week. And I have a challenge coming up called Me on Purpose, and I have some experts who are ready to come on here and actually share some things with you all about how to be you on purpose so that you can show up fully for yourself first, and then as a mom, as a spouse, or whatever else. But it's all about showing up for you. And the areas, you guys, that are so important to us moms that I've heard you all say is our spiritual wellness, our relational wellness, our mental wellness, our physical wellness, and our financial wellness. Of course, including parenting, because there's no way you can take parenting away from any part of that. It's just impossible. But I thank you all so much for watching, and I look forward to hopping on here with you all next time. And I hope you continue to level up in this thing called parenting and motherhood. See y'all next time.